Hey guys, so the look I'm going to do for you today is this really pretty smoky gray look. This is your finished look, and if you want to know how to do it, keep watching. Hey guys, okay, so we have our blank canvas here. So the first thing we're going to do is use our eye primer. You could actually use a black eyeshadow, like a cream, as your base, if you wanted to. I didn't want this to be all that dramatic, so I just went with the regular eyeshadow. Okay, so now we've got our eye primed, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to put down our lid color. So we're going to start with our shadow brush. I'm using the Studio Line one, the $3 one, because I really like it. I've been using it a lot more here lately. And first we're going to put down a shade that's fairly light, and you've got all these really great blacks and whites and shades of gray here. So I'm going to go with a shimmer one, and I'm going to use this one here for the lid color. So we're just going to get a little bit of that on the brush, shake off the excess, we get about that much, and we're going to begin to apply that to the lid, same way as usual, tapping it on. And that's just a really nice light shade, also to give us a good foundation, because we're going to end up covering that anyway. Alright, so once you have that tapped onto the lid, at the coverage that you like, and these are highly pigmented, so it really doesn't take a lot, especially for a silver, and you don't want to look like a disco ball. So once you get that done, we're going to go in with our regular contour brush, and we're going to pick up a darker shade of gray. And I'm going to go with this one. See, this is the shimmer and this is the matte. So I'm going to go with this matte one here. So any dark shade you've got will do, and what you want to do is just tap it into the color. You don't really want to swirl it, because right now I don't want a high concentration of color. You always want to start with a little bit and then add to it, because, you know, building it up is much better. So we're going to start where we always do here in our crease and sweep it up just very gently into the crease and around. Same little C-shaped motion that we always make, just to give your crease that extra dimension and depth. Okay. And again, you can build up with that, get just a little bit more. Shake it off and build it up a bit more. Now I really want this to fade into the inner tear duct. I don't want there to be any really dark color there. So I'm just gently sweeping it in, but I'm not going all the way down. I am focusing a heavy concentration here on the outside of my lid though, a little bit further on the bottom as well. And just blending that in. Blend, blend, blend. To get the smoky effect, it's really the tool that you use, and this blending brush is a must. And the motions that you use, you can use a circular motion to really smoke it out. You can use the windshield wiper to smoke it out. On the edges, do the circles. And then just sort of bring it out as far as you want. I mean, not, you know, way, way, way out, but just bring it out as far as you want. Similarly to the way I've got it here. I've got it about right there, so we're going to do it about right there, which is where we're at. So just smoke it real soft. Okay, then we're going to go in with a basic matte black. And again, I'm just going to be using the Coastal Scents palette. We're going to go with this shade here. It's kind of hard to see, but it is a basic matte black. This is my shimmer. This is my matte. So I'm going to get a little bit, because black is hard to pull off. Get just a tiny little bit on the tip of that brush, the same way we did it a while ago. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a V. Now normally I would not do this with a blending brush. I would do it with a small, very pointed brush. It's called a pencil brush, and I just got one today. So I'm not using it in this tutorial because I did not use it this morning. This is how I wore it to work, and I didn't want there to be one better than the other. Obviously I want them to match. So I will be using that in future tutorials. But for now, just get a tiny little bit on the tip of that brush of that black, and we're going to create our V. And what you want to do is just literally make a V with that black, and you can see that V there. And then once you apply that, just blend it in, and extremely soft. I am not even pushing in at all, because the smoky effect is really a soft subdue effect. So once you get that in your V, then you can begin to blend it in with the other shade of dark gray that we put on top. So there you go. You can see that V which I think is a really nice sort of effect. But if you're not a big fan of the harsh lines, just blend right on top of it and blend it out. So you can tell already that you can kind of see it there, but it's definitely blended out. Okay, so we've got that done. Maybe I blended a little too much out at the top. Okay, so we've got our nice little V there. The next thing we're going to do is our highlight. So I'm just going to go and take just a nice neutral skin tone color. I'm going to go with this one here. Nice neutral skin tone color. I'm going to swirl that in, get enough on the brush, because I want to take this gray line that we've created here and really just blend it. Make sure it goes up and around. So apply that and just blend it. It's going to look really, really, really light, but once you get it blended in, it will not look that bad. So you're just blending it up. Perfect. And then I always take a little bit of white eyeshadow on my brush and I add it to the highest part of my brow, right up under the brow bone. Just make sure eyes look a lot more open and lifted. Perfect. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do, just to kind of give it an extra little bit of girly and a little bit of sparkle, I am going to use a product by Rimmel. This is an eyeshadow. It's actually a black and gray and white sort of mix, but it's got a high shimmer. It really surprised the heck out of me when I first opened this product. I was not expecting the effect that it would give you. So it is a cream shadow. It looks like a powder, but it is a cream. And when you just barely swirl the top, just barely touching it, you get this insane metallic color. So beautiful. All of those colors swirl together really, really nicely. I've got a high concentration of black on there, which is great, but it also has some sparkly shimmer to it. You probably can't see the sparkles, but that's what we want to transfer over. So I got a little bit on my finger. You're technically supposed to use your ring finger because it is the weakest finger on your hand, but it's a force of habit for me just to use this one. And all you're going to do is just tap it because you really just want to transfer the sparkle and a little bit of that color. So as you can tell, it's very shiny now and very sparkly. Okay, so we've got that done. The only other thing that you need to do now is just your finishing, your liner, mascara, etc., because now we've got a nice blended look. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Coastal Scent Gel Liner, and I'm going to line my upper lash line using the same angled brush that I always do. I'm just going to go in really quick and make sure I got it turned the right way, starting in the middle and out, and then very thin connecting in the middle. Normally I wear it a lot thicker than this, but I decided for this look, because it's such a heavy concentration of gray and black, that a thinner line would look a lot better, and I was right. Alright, we're going to go in and line the waterline with our CoverGirl Perfect Point Plus. Now for this look, you also, anytime you do a dark look or a smoky eye look, you need to line the tight line. A lot of people don't know what that is. I'm going to explain it. It's kind of gross looking, so I apologize in advance. The tight line is the skin up here. And so you can see, not maybe on me, but you can see that you can see the fleshiness when you look at yourself in the mirror. Well, that's what you're going to cover. So just gently lift your eye up and go right along. You cannot see this, and I really want... Oh, there you go. I'm sorry, that looks disgusting. But you're going to run it along. It tickles really bad, by the way. You're just going to run it along the outside to the middle of that tight line. And that really does make a big difference, because now they're not going to see that fleshiness in the middle of the lashes. And I'm going to apply my mascara. I'm using Max Factor's 2000 Calorie. You guys have heard me use this for quite some time. I really like it. And tap on the bottom if you choose. The final step is then to take a white pencil. I'm using Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. It's a little shimmery, which is good, and just apply it to the inner tear duct. And then you can use your finger or a smudger, just blend it in. And that is it. That is your completed look. I hope you guys will try this, and I hope you guys enjoy.